Hey everyone, so how to prepare for the upcoming year for awakening people? All right, so that's the sort of like the title. Hi, I'm Petra, and welcome to this Earth Puzzle channel space. And this playlist is dedicated to all things collective awakening, planetary liberation, um, understanding, remembering, getting to know cosmic real truth, and understanding the bigger picture, understanding what is what, who is who, why is the whole thing going on. All right, so this is what this space is all about. So in the previous video, this is like the second part of the fourth part video. In the previous video, I have told you the short version of my own process, how I started, how I have been aware of all of these things that are bubbling up to the whole collective to see slowly. I have been aware of all of these stuff for the past 16 years. So I had my time to process the whole thing and, solidify my consciousness structure and like a place of calmness and, being able to function again. All right. So, so what is coming out now in this part, in this video, I want to address just vaguely, just like in a very general way. I'm not gonna go into the details, but just in a general way, the whole, the children topic that is coming out. So I'm part of my indigo. I have my soul family. I am in like we have a team. We are together. We have a forum. We have a study material, and we have mentors there. So like sort of our teachers and our mentor just posted something that it was like a supportive thought from her, telling us that all of us, every one of us, has to prepare for what is going to come out this year with the children topic. So in most people have no idea that there is a war, there is a huge war that is much longer, much bigger, much bigger than what you see, like the small bombings in Iraq, Iran, and Ukraine. That's nothing. I mean, that's not nothing, but it goes much longer and further and wider to outer space. And um, and um, so what is going to so most people, like 99% of humanity, has no idea about the who's and what's, like who are the players, what is this whole thing, um, and what is going to come out now and what is going to happen is that truth will be known and people will need to be prepared to that, because it's going to be very wild. So from the viewpoint of the closed prison earth system, the third dimensional closed system, with the controlled false narrative of, there's only life on this planet, and above us there's this old bearded gray black dude, like a male old dude who's like our freaking daddy, and he's our lord, and it's a he, lord, 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 he, just a male, like this, it's everything we have is patriarchy. Or I'm sorry, I'm like digressing, I'm not gonna get in there, I need all my self-control. So the point is that there is this humanity, and the whole planet has been in the dark about everything, and I mean everything. And there has been a false patriarchal controlled narrative that has completely been based on lies. So when you're coming from this close earthly point of view, with all the thousands of years long of false belief systems that really touch everything, it's going to be hard for the earth consciousness and the earth consciousness based humans to open up their consciousness to and viewpoints to unparalleled, enormous, expanded vistas and spaces and concepts. So some of us came here from other places to help humans to expand their consciousness, liberate their minds, get free from mind control, and process the enormosity of this whole existence that we are truly in, that is called the endless infinite creation and the multiverses, and it just goes on and on and on. All right, so there are some of us who has been prepared to do this and who has been woken up earlier, made into, put under training preparation in order for later to have them help the awakening human consciousness. So I am one of this person, and I just started recently my going public phase. I have been in the background before, but I haven't been idle. So, all my life has been basically consumed by studying and research and making the correct connections and studying and educating myself in a way that later I will be able to share it with others in a way that is understandable to them, so I can like clearly express everything in this human language, explain the whys, the cause and effect things, so and bring support others through the hardest part of the process of awakening, that is facing the dark and evil and ugly things that are happening on this planet, on the tip of the iceberg, and on also behind the scenes. So absolutely I am absolutely aware, I am absolutely clear about what is going on, about how deep this whole thing is, and about who are doing it and why they are doing it, how and how long, all right? So, facing these things and knowing about these things, as you can imagine, are very, very hard, all right? So, I had to take my time to stabilize myself, to be able to be emotionless about it, and just stay in the objective observer, in the neutral, compassionate witness, without identifying the whole thing, going too close, too deep into it, but really keeping my consciousness state in a very calm, very peaceful, unemotional, loving, healing intention place. All right, so I can hold that space, better or worse, but this is what I am here to help with others, because the first topic that is like going to be big, and then this is going to induce the rest of the things coming out. The first topic that is like a bomb, exploding now and will explode more, will be the child abuse topic. All right, and this child abuse topic is really something that most people need to be prepared for, but it's also as hard that some people, maybe many people, will not even be able to look into, because they're already very, very war torn and mind controlled, traumatized, and soul broken. So, this place is basically hell. So, where we are living is basically hell. It's extremely painful to live on planet Earth, be in the system, go through everything we have gone through here. So, lots of times the trauma soul who is here on this planet, lots of times the 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 single trauma that a soul goes through, just in regards to her own personal life and self, is way enough for a heart and soul to be broken for life. And there's like a breaking point. There is a part when you say it's just too much, like I can't handle my own life, I can't handle my own trauma. How do you think I can handle that? Like, because we are very, very sensitive, heart based good souls. So when you are like when you go through your life, and you have, every one of us has seen so many bad news, and this trauma has been going on for thousands of years. So we are traumatized for like thousands of years. Even the tip of the iceberg is way enough to check out forever, but then there's like much more under the iceberg. So we have to accept that everyone has their limitations, in terms of how much they can handle. And sometimes it's just, for someone it's enough to know, okay, we're in a good shit, okay, like just knowing, this generally, like knowing in this like a very vague, very general way, like a blanket statement. Okay, this is a big shit here. I don't need to know the details, but I still want to help and hear and do something, but I'm not ready to really do know the details, let alone see the pictures and the videos of the things. Okay, I'm like not there. All right, so that's all good. And but everyone is different. We have different levels of mental stability, different levels of stomach strength, and different levels of like sort of like a warrior consciousness. But yeah, every people has to be respected, their timing, how much they can handle. And we also have to always remind myself when we are going through our own facing it process, or other we are doing it with others, or we are seeing with others, because I'm not gonna lie, things are going to get wild. And like I said, it's only the beginning. So our mentor said that all humanity will be like, we are going to be not everyone is going to be like shocked into awakening. All right. And it's okay, so the point is that um, first and foremost, everyone has to focus on themselves, get help, inner help, outer help from trustworthy sources. Sorry to say, but they are a few, okay? I'm going to discuss the false prophets and the awakening hijack traps later, because there's many. I will also have a list of them on my website in order to spare others the getting into other traps. It's going to on my website. It's going to be under case studies, all right, or the false prophets. I already have a menu point for that. I haven't started the list, but I have the list. I'm like gathering the list all the time. I know who's true and who's not. Yeah, and I'm like 99% times I'm right, actually, unfortunately. So anyways, the point is that facing the child thing and coming into terms with the fact that the child abuse thing, we are there's human abuse, male abuse, female abuse. It's like the whole abuse of animals, abuse of nature. It's like, because I don't want to treat like the child topic is like very very hard, and but there has been going on abuse of everything that's good, that's divine, that's heart based, that's love day based, that's human nature. Everything and everyone has been abused on this planet. So the divinity here has been abused, the Christ has been abused, the Christ consciousness once has been abused by the adversary force, the antichrist, or the negative aliens, or cosmic evil, or AI. All right, so but the bomb is exploding with the child thing. We have been knowing, we know what's happening with nature. We know how females are like whores for like, to the patriarchy, like, like how do you say, like milking cows or whatever. So we know, like, the tip of the iceberg abuse. It's like common knowledge. But what hasn't been common knowledge is that how big the slavery, how big the abuse, and how much the entire system, sorry to say, but it's true, how much the entire system is based on child sacrifice. Like, we know that they are missing, we know that, there's like 8 million of them missing every year. I mean, where do they go? And seriously, like 8 million is like 8 freaking million. It's like it's it's like the population of my country, or not country, but this control box, because countries do not exist in divine orders. This is going to be a topic of discussion later. But there's like 8 million. It's like a big number, and it's like every year. So just since I exist on this planet, there has almost been 100 million children missing a year. That's like a huge country. It's like, we should notice that. Like, we would really notice it, like a country would go missing, right? So, yeah, that is actually the saddest, hardest part of truth, and there are reasons for that, and I'm going to explain those reasons in a very clear and precise and detailed ways. All right. So yeah, that's it. And so there's a freedom guide that you can download in the description. I created some little, like a guide thing, and I'm also make a 6-part video into the introduction of awakening, because I think, video series is like very good. That is also going to be downloadable. And I also have to mention that I'm running a mentor group. It's called Earthpuzzle Mentor Group. It's for the galactic and cosmic consciousness level and theme and topic uh, collection, and it's really focused on deep study and deep healing, because there yeah, I'm not gonna get into how random normal psychologists and psychiatrists are absolutely incapable of giving full global galactic cosmic point of views and perceptions, because they have also been indoctrinated by the false system, as and have no absolute understanding whether of mind control, or what is the galactic and cosmic and alien picture that we are facing here. So unfortunately, very few people are capable to handle and really, 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 really help another human who is going through their spiritual awakening. All right. So I have been trained to do this, and I'm doing this for like 16 years. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, I think I said everything for now. Yeah, so if you're interested in topics like this, and you are also a truth seeker, and you are someone who's like a heart, like a feeling soul, a sentient being who wants to understand, understanding and knowledge is everything. Truthful knowledge, correct knowledge is everything. So, subscribe to the channel, comment anything you want to, just share anything you want to under the comments, and put a like and press the little bell thing, if I have a bell thing on my, like the notification thing. Okay, I'm a new YouTuber, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna get better with this. All right. Okay, bye bye.